Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about something that I get asked very, very often. Okay? And I'm going to be talking about the real reason why, two things. All right? Why you might be not getting enough clients. All right? And then also, because these actually stem from the same thing, why also maybe your clients aren't really doing your recommendations. I don't know if you've ever had it happen before where you have a client, right, or a patient, and you've been telling them, hey, you need to be sure to do yada, yada, yada. We're going to have to try to, incorporate your lifestyle, but then also make some lifestyle changes, right, so that you can really accomplish your goals, okay? This is something you go through with your clients oftentimes. And then you tell them that, and they are like, oh, yeah, I want to do this. I want to change. I want to reach my goals. But then when it comes down to it, they just don't really follow through, and they don't really do what you recommend they do. And they just kind of like halfway do it, or even just don't do it at all, right? And then they start to feel frustrated because they're like, I'm not seeing any results. And it's maybe because they're not really being consistent, right? So, believe it or not, these things are actually tied to each other and they come from a similar cause, okay? I want to be very clear that there's several reasons why you might not be getting clients, okay? It's not just like one thing, but I'm going to be talking about one thing that really, really results in both of these things today, okay? And especially the second one. The second one is spot on, okay? So sometimes I like to talk to people and tell people about an old saying, okay? Some people have heard this saying, some people haven't. If you haven't heard the saying, I'm sorry, it might make zero sense, but if you have, then I think this will be beneficial for you. So essentially, I like to talk about the saying that says, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, okay? So what does that really mean, right, if you don't really know the saying? Well, it means that you can drag your clients to that little watering hole and tell them, this is A, B, C, and D. This is what you need to do to reach your goals, or this is what you need to do to heal your relationship with food, or whatever that might be, right? And then what happens is you feel like you're dragging them to water, you're telling them to drink, and yet they're not drinking the water, and you can't drink the water for them, and so they're just not really doing what you say to do. And you're like, man, I wish these people would have more commitment, right? I wish they would follow through, okay? Well, these seem from the same thing, okay? And why you aren't getting clients and why your clients aren't following through relate to the same thing. So what is that? Okay? So you have to focus on growth. So sometimes when I tell people, hey, are you looking to grow your business? People will be like, I got a lot of patience, or not really, or I'm just in the beginning stages, okay? But growth means several things, okay? Growth just doesn't mean you then get more clients, okay? But here's the thing. If you aren't focusing on growth, and if you aren't focusing on challenging yourself, and if you aren't focusing on growing as an individual, pushing against different things that seem difficult for you, right? Why on earth would you expect your clients to do any different? If you're not willing to go through things that feel uncomfortable, how can you tell your clients, hey, you're going to feel a little uncomfortable doing this, but you got to stick with it? Okay, this is a major problem. Okay, so the first thing is that you have to focus on growth, and you have to really start growing in all areas. So it's not just business growth. Okay, you really have to focus on growing as a person and implementing all kinds of personal growth, personal development in order to model, okay? Because the whole thing is we want to model what we want our clients to do. Okay? You can't expect your clients to really, be pushed to their limits, for them to really focus on growth, and then you yourself stay in your comfort zone. You feel like you're afraid to fail. You don't push yourself. You don't do what you need to do in order to progress personally, in order to progress in your business, in order to, maybe put yourself out there, right? We're telling our clients to put themselves out there. And then a lot of us aren't doing the same in return. We think that we can just stay in our comfort zone and that's okay. All right? But this is the thing. That's why your clients aren't following what you do, because you're not modeling that is necessary. You're not modeling that growth is necessary at every stage. You're not modeling this, and so why on earth would they just do it and you're not even doing it yourself? Okay? And that can be a real issue. And that's the thing, all right? I want to talk about a little bit of an example here, okay? So, has anyone seen, either a Shakespearean play or read some of William Shakespeare's books, right? I know a lot of people know more of like the Midsummer's Night's Dream side of things, or Macbeth or King Lear, okay? But today I want to talk about one of his plays, and that's Henry V. Okay, bet you didn't think we were going to talk about literature today. But anyway, so Henry V. Okay, this is one of Shakespeare's plays, right? And here's where you see a perfect example of the type of leadership that you should be modeling. So this is a perfect example of leadership, okay? Okay, why do I say that? All right. So in Henry V, all right, there's this one part in the play where all of, the king's men are getting really, really disheartened. Okay, they're feeling down. They're feeling like there's no way we're going to win this battle. Okay, there's a battle going on. I guess I should give you all some background. Okay, there's a battle going on. They feel like there's no way they can win. They're just feeling like failures. Okay, and they're feeling like they're going to die. Okay, quite frankly. All right. Well, what does the king do? Okay. So instead of going and sitting in his castle, okay, and then sending out this declaration that you all need to fight, okay, because you need to fight, and yeah, you just need to fight because this is what you have to do. Okay, he doesn't do that. Okay, what he does is he models for them the kind of courage, the kind of bravery, and he's this perfect model of leadership where he goes first. He rides out to the battlefield to see what they're up against. And then he comes back, okay? And he's going to fight alongside his men, okay? And this is the difference between someone who's a leader, okay, and someone who just kind of sits back and expects more of their clients without expecting more from themselves, okay? And so what he does is he goes out to the battlefield, sees what they're up against. He knows it's going to be tough, okay? But instead of coming back and being like, we might as well give up, guys. I think I'm going to head back to the castle, I'm just going to go stay there, okay? I'm not going to fight this war because, technically he doesn't have to, okay? He can just have his little subjects go out there, fight the battle. No, what does he do? He comes back, he elicits this kind of courage and bravery from his men, this excitement to actually go out and fight, okay, and to give it all that they had. And he's going to lead them from the front lines, okay? And so what we need to do, if we're going to coach clients, if we're going to counsel clients, we have to be like him. We have to be the person that is going to put ourselves out there, that is going to model what we expect of our clients, that is going to be out there on the front lines, okay? Not just sitting up in the castle giving out little orders, okay? We have to be that person that's out there, fighting, okay? And bolstering this kind of motivational, excitement, winning kind of culture and supportive culture for our own clients so that they can feel invincible and feel like they can go out and do what they need to do to be able to crush their goals, okay? So essentially, if you aren't doing this, that's the reason why your clients are acting like a horse that you drag to water and then they don't drink, okay? And that's essentially it, all right? And what this comes down to is that you must become, okay, I think I'm going to erase this again because I got several points after this. Yeah. Okay. So here's the key. You must become the type of client you desire. Okay, this is kind of key here, all right? And a lot of people don't think this is key, okay? And I want to point out one thing here. How does this tie into why you aren't getting any clients? Right? Okay, so here's some different examples of things that you may or may not be doing now, and then you're asking other people to do it in return when you're not doing it yourself. Okay, so probably the first thing would be to invest in yourself. So be honest with yourself here. Have you ever told someone, oh, you just need to invest in yourself? Okay, this is a personal investment. Once you invest in yourself, you're going to get your health back. You're going to feel better. You're going to be so much better, right? We tell people these things, okay? And then have you ever been the person that also feels like, people don't value me, okay? I feel like I'm not valued. I feel like I'm not able to charge higher prices because people just aren't willing to pay it. Like, people just don't see a value in what I have to offer, okay? So if you've ever said that to yourself, I want you to think back to yourself. Have you ever invested in yourself? Have you ever made a large investment that seemed very scary to you personally, and kind of put you on the edge of the seat and made you think to yourself, okay, now I have to follow through. Now I have to commit. Because a lot of people don't. This is the thing, is a lot of people don't invest in themselves. And then they expect their clients to invest in their own personal health, to invest in themselves, right? We expect them to do it, and then we're not doing it ourselves. Okay? And that's a big problem. All right, here's another thing. Be decisive. So this one's hard, right? Because I really think that, kind of as a culture, we've decided that it's more wise to sit back and think about things, to, put off decisions to a later date, because then we're going to have some sort of increased wisdom by that later date, or we're going to be able to not make brash, crazy decisions, right? And I get that. I think it's horrible if you were to decide, oh, now I'm going to be kind of crazy and off kilter and off the wall and just make crazy decisions without any knowledge, and then just make that decision and go forth and then regret it later, right? That's horrible. Okay, don't do that. But there's a difference between making brash decisions and being decisive, okay? Because decisiveness is an excellent quality to have. In fact, you might tell yourself, oh man, it's so annoying. I talk to someone, they say they need to think about it. I give them time to think about it, and it's like they ghost me. They never get back to me. Or they tell me, oh, I just, I don't know where my financial situation is. And then they never get back to you. Or they say, oh, I got to talk to my husband. And then they never get back to you. Or they tell you, here's something that I hear everybody say all the time. Oh, I don't like the holiday season because, people don't really want to start anything until the new year. So I'm just not getting any clients because everybody keeps telling me they just want to wait until after the holidays and really focus on their goals in the new year. Okay? What are you putting off? That's the thing. If you're going to become the client you desire to have, all right, how are you being decisive? Okay? Are you putting off what you want to do until the new year? Are you saying to yourself, oh man, I just don't have time now. Ever heard that one before? You don't have time. I just don't have the ability to do it because I've got so much going on. If you've ever said that to yourself and then you get mad at other people when they say they have a lot going on, when they say they don't have enough time, and then you use the same excuse, guess what? That's why you keep getting that excuse. Okay? It's because you're the type of person that has not decided to be decisive. Okay? You can fully make an informed decision on the spot. All you have to do is ask enough questions and then be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Because as always, the best time to act is not like a month from now, okay? Because I think you and I know that when you decide to act like a month from now, then you got something else going on, and then things keep piling up, and then you never actually do what you wanted to do. And I was exactly like that, okay? I was just like that. I put off everything, okay? I would, travel to, I remember when I went to Paris, okay? And I would be like, oh man, I want to go see, I really wanted to see Giverny. Okay, that's something I really wanted to see. I wanted to see Monet's home. I wanted to see his lily pads. I wanted to see his garden. Okay, that's what I really wanted to do. That was the top thing I wanted to do. Okay, I was in Paris for 5 weeks. I put it off, and then I said I'd come back and do it. I never have gone back. Okay, this is how it happens for me all the time. And this is when I realized this is not a good quality to have. Okay, I don't need to put off things. I need to be decisive, and then I need to act. Okay? And so you can't expect your clients to be decisive, to not put off things, right? I'm going to maybe even put that in a separate category. Okay? To give you excuses about time, to give you excuses about wanting to wait until the new year, right? If you're attracting that type of clients, that's because that's the type of person you are, okay? It might sound strange, but this is actually how things work, okay? You attract what you are. So if you do these things, your clients are going to do these things. And if you don't invest in yourself, that's why you aren't getting any clients. And if you don't invest in yourself, That's why your clients aren't listening to you. And if you aren't decisive, that's why your clients aren't decisive on the phone with you. And if you constantly put off things, if you're not consistent, right? Consistency. Okay? If you don't take direction from others and you feel like you know it all, okay? Huge, right? Everybody is suddenly a doctor because they've got Google, right? Dr. Google out there. They look up stuff on Google and then they think that they're suddenly an expert, right? You know that's not the case, okay? But do you try to act like you're an expert in things that you might know deep down you're not an expert in? Okay? And that's a problem, right? You can't have it both ways. You can't expect more from people and not do the same things yourself. Okay? And so here's another thing, okay? You want to be generous. I know this is a no-brainer, right? Generosity is considered to be a good thing. But, you know, if you have a hard time raising your prices and people keep throwing objections at you about how maybe your prices are too high, okay? Are you maybe on that cheaper end? Okay, and be honest here again. Like, I know I keep saying, and this feels hard to hear. I get it, because when I first started thinking about it, I was like, dang, I'm cheap. And I was really cheap. And I, would always try to be like, I wonder if I can get this at a cheaper price. And maybe that's the type of clients that you're dealing with right now. Because that's how it goes, okay? And, the last thing that I'm going to mention, let me be consistent here and write some circles here. Last thing I'm going to mention is to give testimonials. Sometimes I ask people and I'm like, okay, let's put some testimonials up on your website, you need to tell people about the kind of experience that others have had with you. And then they say, oh, I've never had a testimonial. No one's ever given me a testimonial. Well, here's the thing. When did you ever give anybody a testimonial? If you don't give testimonials, it doesn't work that way, okay? And here's the thing. I'm sure you could even come up with more stuff for here yourself. But really, to get more clients, okay, you need to become the type of client that you want to get, okay? And if your clients aren't following through with your recommendations, what are you doing to really actively grow, okay? And that's how this works. I don't have a whole lot of space over here. Okay, but I'm going to try. But anyway, essentially, this is how it works, is that the whole world kind of operates as a reflection, okay? So if let's say these are mountains, everybody, okay? If you're confused, this is a mountain. All right, I know my drawings are not the best. Okay, and here's like the sun. Okay, right? That's a mountain range, okay? But you're like, oh man, I want ocean clients. Well, guess what? You don't get on the other side of the reflection, the ocean, and then the sun coming up over the ocean, okay? This doesn't happen, all right? You're going to attract the type of client that you are. And it works like this reflection. So it's going to be a mountain, okay? Let's see if I can draw this symmetrically well. Okay? And so what you are is what you're going to get. And so you have to be committed to growth for your business to grow. There's no way around it, okay? You have to be committed to growth, to expect growth from your clients, to see your business grow, to start getting those type of clients you want to work with. You need to be that client, okay? You need to model that type of behavior for them. And this isn't just in the field you're in, okay? So if you're a dietitian, if you're a nutritionist, it's not like, oh, well, I get enough sleep. And I, really try to keep my stress levels down. And, oh, I really try to eat healthy always, or to model that kind of, or not just healthy, right? To not have that kind of bad relationship with food, okay? But it's not just that, because those people that you're working with are good at something, okay? They might be good at something else, all right? Them doing the stuff they're good at, that's easy, okay? Doing stuff that they feel bad at, that's hard, okay? They feel like they're bad at nutrition. They feel like they're bad at that stuff. And so it's not just that you can model the type of behavior in your field and say, oh, my clients are going to do great because I am so good at what I do, okay? No. They're having to get out of their comfort zone. So you have to get out of your comfort zone too, okay? And that's the only way for your business to grow. And mark my word, that's been the case with a lot of my clients, is that until they fully committed to growth in all areas of their life, okay, they weren't able to really see their business grow. Because the thing is that how you do one thing is how you do everything, okay? And so if you're doing these things, they're going to be all over in your life, and you have to model growth for your business to grow. And you have to invest in yourself to have people invest in you, okay? It's like, that's the thing. If you've only ever bought like a $40 little book on how to start a business, or whatever your investment has been, okay, don't expect that you can charge more, because you've never done that yourself. You've never invested in things. And that's why it's going to be hard to ask people to invest in you. That's why you're going to feel uncomfortable doing it, because you've never done it yourself. Okay? So really, here's the thing. Don't put things off. Stop saying you're going to start a business in the new year. Start a business now. Then you'll find that your clients aren't putting off their goals until next year. They're doing it now. Okay? Sorry, that got real serious really fast, okay? But anyway, I hope this was helpful. Feel free. I'm going to do some more actual applicable stuff when it comes to business, and like maybe even a video of some different things that people are doing that I see are kind of wrong, okay? But let me know what you thought about this. Start growing, okay? Start committing to growth, and then see how your business grows. All right, I'll see you all next time.